What it is like to be the Taygetan Princess Queen and a YouTuber. Part 1. Context and Queen Alenym. Hello again. Thank you for being here with me once more. I hope you are very well today. I am Marie. This information can be seen as science fiction, or as the viewer sees best, and I post it for entertainment purposes only. Still, I take my information very seriously, and for whoever has eyes to see. I have been thinking about writing about this subject for some time now, but I was a little reluctant as I didn't quite see its use, or how it would benefit all of you who are watching my channel. I also find it a bit hard to talk about myself, as the last thing I want for my channel is to become centered on me, and not on what I need to share. But then I realized that as I go along sharing my life with you, I would also be giving you a closer look into life in space, as well as some of its socio-political structures. So yes, I suddenly saw sharing this subject as something useful, especially to share the greater socio-political and exo-political context. To be able to explain where I come in, I must share all this content with you. Please watch, as there is a lot of content here which explains countless other things, as everything is connected, and I would say that this video is aimed at advanced viewers who have been following me and my group for some time. Taygeta had been with no king or queen for a very long time when Queen Alenym I was crowned, and she was brought to power by the High Council of Taygeta when there was yet another strong attempt of the Cabal of Earth to infiltrate itself into Taygeta and take over it, as part of their strategy to stop it. Their latest attempt was to impose a queen who would work with them as one of their puppets, and that would-be queen had strong political connections, even within the Galactic Federation, and she had a strong case to convince everyone that she should be Taygeta's next queen. She was playing both sides, almost convincing the people of Taygeta that she would be beneficial to them mostly because of her connections with the Galactic Federation, and although there was much friction and divided opinions within the High Council itself, it was known that she had very obscure and destructive intentions. The High Council saw that she was convincing too many people in Taygeta to follow her, so they quickly saw the need to postulate a queen who could truly be working for the interests of the Taygetan people, had a very strong spiritual and ethical frame, and did not have any connections with the Earth's Cabal. Queen Alenym had also suffered first-hand the consequences of the infiltration of the Cabal of Earth into Taygeta, as she had been strongly attacked in several ways, which included psychological and physical torture, simply to get her out of the way of the Cabal's puppet would-be queen, as Alenym was the one person who truly deserved the throne, and was the only obstacle against their obscure intentions. This is when Queen Alenym was crowned, and as you can see, she came to power at a time of strong political turmoil in Taygeta. When Queen Alenym I came to power, things immediately changed in Taygeta, as she erased and reversed all the highly destructive propaganda, disinformation, and mind control the population had been subjected to by the agents who were working in favor of the Cabal of Earth and its invasion plans. She completely reversed the situation, much to the shock of the population of Taygeta, who was incapable of realizing that they almost got invaded, as the Cabal that controls Earth exploited Taygetan innocence and the mere fact that nothing truly evil ever happened on their planets, taking them entirely for surprise. You can see here how the Cabal of Earth uses highly trained psychologists and other mental care workers to exploit and take advantage of each one of the weaknesses of the population they wish to control. The Cabal wanting to take over Taygeta is nothing new, as they have attempted to do so for probably hundreds if not thousands of years, where their last attempt had been to invade planet Sindriel, which orbits the star Aldebaran. This was during the first part of the 1940s, with the man with a silly moustache and his German flying saucers. This is even documented on Earth and can be researched. Planet Sindriel is a Taygetan colony, and it is only 64 light-years away from Earth, in the Hyades, which is a star cluster for your science, and a constellation for ours. Queen Alenym, who had become highly popular with the Taygetan population, soon was also postulated by the Alcyon Council as their ambassador and representative to the Galactic Federation. The Alcyon Council is the organism that sees over the interests of the entire M45 Pleiades star cluster, which is also considered an entire constellation from our point of view. When Queen Alenym was facing persecution from the group of people who wanted to erase her in favor of their puppet queen, she opted to hide on Earth, under the Cabal's very noses, so she went there as a step down for many years, right before she was extracted by orders of the Taygetan High Council, as she was needed to occupy the throne to avoid the Cabal's puppet queen from claiming it. She was extracted at a good time for her, because she was becoming increasingly notorious on Earth, famous by her own merits, although she knew that was not such a good idea as she was supposed to be hiding, so with her cover blown, the only option she had left was to be extracted. To this day, her human name and identity are still among those people considered missing. For that same reason, her sister Nishera also opted to hide on Earth, yet not together, also in an attempt to hide from the persecution she was also being subjected to, logically as she is Alenym's younger sister, whom she contacted as soon as she was back in space, and with which she talked to, using Earth technology, making her aware of the situation until the day when she was also extracted. As Alenym was perfectly conscious and aware of what was happening on Earth, having lived there as a walk-down starseed for many years, she logically spread out her concerns about Earth and what was and is happening there, while she talked to other star races, especially to those who are members of the Alcyon Council. With this, she made all of them conscious of all the dubious and obscure agendas and proceedings of the Galactic Federation concerning Earth, and finally winning over many allies, which include all the members of the Alcyon Council, which means all the Pleiades star system members. She also signed several alliance and cooperation treaties with the Irma Feline Federation, who already knew about all the shady things going on with the Galactic Federation and how it is managing Earth, which is completely and undeniably under their control. The awareness about Earth and its problems quickly spread through several star races and cultures, and to this day many of those are starting to awake to the fact that the Galactic Federation is not as benevolent and loving as they so eloquently say they are, especially through the New Age movement on Earth and its love and light propaganda of things and events that are always around the corner, yet never come to pass. This spreading of facts against the Galactic Federation caused many people within that organization to see her as highly against their interests and therefore dangerous. Queen Alenym stopped going to Galactic Federation meetings in person, as she started to feel each time more in danger, and to the point where she decided not to leave her flagship, the SS Toleka, at all. Queen Alenym continued to gain acceptance and credibility among highly aware star races, much to the annoyance of the Galactic Federation, and therefore she gained many powerful enemies as well, as is to be expected, yet those enemies never show their faces, and never declare anything openly. Yet their actions and activity against Alenym is easily felt, but I cannot share those details here. Alenym's concern about her safety brought her to see the need to search for a replacement, someone who could follow her work and would not falter under pressure, because if something happened to her, then the Cabal of Earth would make yet another move against Taygeta, and all her efforts to make other star races see and be aware of the problems the people of Earth are facing would take a serious step back. All the other star races who are only starting to awaken to all those facts would once more fall in with the enormous propaganda machine of the Galactic Federation. This would also mean that the people of Earth would be left alone, only with the New Age movements and their components, who only give love and light in an empty way, and for population and mind control, with no other point of view of what is going in space, and all this would affect their lives heavily, and in a negative way. This is because without Queen Alenym, no one here would be allowed to write and share on your media, and we would be silenced for good. This answers your great question, why all those countless benevolent races are so permissive to what is happening on Earth. Well, the reason is that they do not know that the Galactic Federation has a very complicated and efficient propaganda machine that has them all under control and heavily brainwashed in their favor. They do not know what is going on, and that's why they are so permissive. In the same way, as there is a fight or a struggle on Earth between matrixed people who still believe the official narrative and the so-called conspiracy theorists, there is the same in space, not only between individuals but between entire star races. Where the Galactic Federation, in all its might and vastness, and as it is also compartmentalized as the cabal on Earth is as well, being a reflection of one another, is the greater government, and the one who imposes the status quo, what is right and what is wrong, truth and falsehood. Most star races outside Earth simply believe the official Galactic Federation narrative, not only about what is happening on Earth and why, but also about countless other planets, civilizations, and all the complicated political and cultural things that are happening in them, and with them. Earth, in all its importance, is only one more planet, one more civilization that is being controlled by the Galactic Federation, which will only tell the other star races their official version of things. There are countless benevolent, advanced, and peaceful civilizations out there, but who are under the mind control and the spell of the Galactic Federation's propaganda machine. And others are fully aware of the fact that things are not as they are told, and who have awakened to the fact that there is more matrix in space, and that they are the under control of unknown forces who act by using the Galactic Federation as their main star population control mechanisms. There are fully matrix star races, and there are conspiracy theorist star races as well, and as on Earth, there is a struggle between them. Earth is a very important hub planet, a melting pot for countless civilizations that are there sharing its culture, all of them living as humans, with and without past life memories and who they are. Taygeta's problems, as well as the problems of countless other star civilizations, can be disentangled by solving the evils and complications of the population of Earth because we are all interconnected, and much of the evils countless civilizations face originated on Earth. In the case of Taygeta, the cabal of Earth has an ancient obsession to invade it. It wants it probably as a foothold in the Pleiades from where to be able to expand into other of its civilizations. The why the cabal of Earth has such an obsession with Taygeta will be the subject of a video shortly. And this is precisely why the Taygetan flagship, Toleka, as well as two of its best dreadnoughts, 2 destroyers, and an auxiliary support vessel, are here in low Earth orbit, and not afar in Taygeta itself. Because Taygeta's top problems are resolved, here, solving Earth's problems, because this is the place where they spawn out from, here, and not back home, and this is the case with other star races and their problems as well. We are all connected as people and as cultures, that is also why we are so similar, so we cannot ever be free, and without social problems, if the people of Earth are not free. We free you from your evils, we free ourselves from ours, this as well for countless other star races and their advanced civilizations. Making things a lot more complicated, and much worse, We all know the links between the Galactic Federation and the Cabal on Earth. All those connections are very shady and obscure, and this means nothing good because we are all quite sure that the Cabal of Earth is no other than one more branch, one more tentacle, of the not-so-benevolent Galactic Federation. As the Cabal of Earth wants world domination, the Galactic Federation wants galactic domination. After all, it is in its very name. As the leading secret society on Earth says, and is in its motto, quote, "The world is not enough." End quote. I guess with all this you are starting to see the bigger galactic picture, and you are getting the idea of the extent of what is really going on, in all its magnitude. Even though there is so much more to be said. As always, thank you for watching my video, and for liking, sharing, and subscribing for more. It helps this channel grow a lot. And I hope to see you here next time. With much love, your friend, Marie Swaruu.